Shams Charania is reporting that Kawhi Leonard is officially set to make his first regular season debut tonight against the Atlanta Hawks at home. So I do find this very entertaining because I've seen some promos the last few hours about Kawhi Leonard coming back. And I wondered what this was about. And then I checked to see if he's actually going to play tonight. And yeah, so these promos are set to come out at the same time his comeback for his first game was going to be. It's been pretty funny watching these promos. Like one of them is seeing Kawhi Leonard pull up in a park fishing, in which he says he's all alone in the park. He's fishing, and he says, "You hear them? They like to come and watch the fun and chirp, but when I show up, they always quiet." He's saying that as he's listening to the radio, calling him out about whether or not he's going to come back or play. So it's him saying like, well, I'm going to silence all my haters. I think that was really his message. And the second commercial is where he pulls up in the park and he sees himself fishing and he starts talking to himself and he asks himself if he caught a fish. And then he talks more about just coming back. And then he says something like, but I keep coming back. It's the nature of the game. That was his response to when he says there's good and bad days. So I think both of those promos are funny. At least I found them hysterical. I would advise anybody else just to watch them to get a few laughs out of it. So Kawhi is basically announcing to the world he's coming back. He's talking a lot of trash, saying, "I'm here. I'm ready to silence all you haters. I'm going to show you guys." I think that's the message he's sending in these commercials, which is pretty funny. To me, it seems like a WWE comeback. But hey, Kawhi, go knock yourself out. Have a lot of fun. Do I take this comeback seriously? No, I don't. Granted, Kawhi is a great player when he wants to play. This is why I call him a part-time superstar. When he plays, he's great. But the issue is, how long is he going to play? That's always the issue with Kawhi Leonard. You just don't know. Maybe he can last the whole entire season, but then he'll break down during the playoffs because that always happens. Once the playoffs start, he's done. His body shuts down, and he just can't play. That's been the issue the last few years. You look at the Clippers, they've actually done pretty well in his absence. They're 19-15. They're only a game behind the Lakers for fourth place in the West. So that's pretty good knowing how many games Kawhi has missed. They're right now in the seventh seed, but they could easily climb up a few more notches depending on wins and losses. It's very close out in the West. So it's definitely a possibility that Kawhi could lead them to a top 4 seed if he's healthy for the rest of the year. They could climb the standings. It wouldn't surprise me if it happened. But again, just he's not trustworthy. He will break down when it matters in my eyes. And despite just coming back right now, just they have, like I said, they have a good team. Norman Powell is having a career year. You look at his numbers this year, just 23.6 points per game, 48% from 48% from the field, 44 from 3. So he's having a great year. Harden is averaging over 20 points a game, but it's very mediocre. It's terrible inefficiency. But you add Kawhi in there, and that makes them a really good team. So he definitely will have an impact on them if he's healthy for the rest of the year. I can't deny that. But do I take him seriously? No, I don't, because I know he can't cash those checks or those receipts, as they say. He can talk a lot, but he'll never cash it in because he's going to get hurt when it matters. And we've seen this story so many times. This is like his 50th comeback. And like I said, this guy is a part-time superstar. He's just going to play some games and then he's going to get hurt again, and he'll just collect his checks and he'll be in street clothes for the rest of the spring or the summertime, depending on when he decides to take time off, because he's going to take time off. Granted, he gets paid time off. That's what he gets. But you see what I'm saying? I just can't take him seriously. But hey, this will be a lot of fun seeing how this 50th comeback goes for him, just because it's like he's come back so many times now, I've lost track. But that's all I have to say.